Welcome to lecture number 8 of Unit 2 RF and millimeter wave IC design. We were discussing receiver architectures, especially Weaver architecture. And in the previous class, we looked at the architecture and also the equations. So the main idea of introducing Weaver architecture is to avoid the problems associated with the RCCR phase shift network in the Hartley. So that 90-degree phase shift operation, instead of using an RCCR, the idea of Weaver architecture is to employ one more mixer, one more stage of mixer, or one more quadrature mixing. So the architecture is extended by adding one more set of mixer followed by low pass filter. And finally, you have to add the signals coming at, or so combine the signals coming at the output of the two low pass filters suitably to restore or retain signal and cancel images. So we started with, we assumed low side injection for both the mixers, and we have written the equations for, we have done a mathematical analysis, and we wrote the equations for the signal at all the points starting from A, B, that is output of the first mixer low pass filter. So you can see that XA of t and XB of t, you will get only the difference product, the lower frequency components, because it is output of low pass filter after mixing. Then those A signal and B signal, after the next set of mixer at omega 2, you will get both sum and difference products. So there are four components at the output of the second mixers. So XC and XD are those. And after this, we just checked which are the higher frequency components by looking at two mixers with the input signal at omega C and omega C minus omega 1, and the mixer, the LO frequency at omega 1 and omega 2. With that, when we wrote the output frequency components, we could see that which all frequency components are high and which are low. Just a second. Yeah. We understood that this omega 1 minus omega m plus omega 2 is definitely larger than the this component. So accordingly we have removed the components which are of high frequency. All right. So as a result, now we can, I think we stopped there. So now we can write the components at E and F. So C and D we have. So now we can write the components at E and F, and then we can see how we can club it. All right. So you can also write along with me the frequency components at E and F. So if I write what is at E, Xe of t, Xe of t is equal to, I'm just writing the components by removing these two. So Aim by 4 cos omega Im minus omega 1 minus omega 2, and similarly the omega c component. So Xe of t will be equal to A signal by 4 cos of omega c minus omega 1 minus omega 2 into t plus Aim by 4 into cos of omega Im minus omega 1 plus omega 2 into t. So this is your Xe of t signal. And similarly, if you write the signal at Xf of t, Xf of t, similarly by just just neglecting the signals which is marked in red, you will get Xf of t as minus A signal by 4 cos of omega c minus omega 1 minus omega 2 into t plus Aim by 4 cos of omega Im minus omega 1 plus omega 2 into t. All right. Now, if you look at these two signals Xe of t and Xf of t, And we can see that if you yeah, what I should do here is if I subtract these two, signals will be added up. So if out should be such a way that you should do xe of t minus xf of t, such that you will get if output as a signal by 2 cos of omega c minus omega 1 minus omega 2 into t. The component is image, and image will be cancelled out here. So this is if out. The final signal should be subtracted. All right, so I think this is clear. From what I have done is I have written xc of d and xd and xc. From that, after removing the high frequency components, wrote xe and xf, and then we have to combine it suitably. So it is actually minus here. Yeah, so xe minus xf. All right. So in a similar way, what we have done for Hartley architecture, if I look at, so what we have done is mathematical analysis. Now, if I go for graphical analysis, in a similar way, what we have done for Hartley, there also we can show that the signals will be restored and image will be cancelled out. So I'll not ask you to draw for the entire thing, but at least if we can draw the spectrum for the components at xe and xf, and then for signal and image separately, and then if we can add it together, that will be good. So you can draw the signal and image at xe of omega and xf of omega, and then suitably you can combine and remove the images and add the signals up. So can you guys try that? Can you guys draw the spectrum of components, signal and image separately at both xe and xf? Mm, I think Naveshri, I have a question. Why didn't you remove high frequency components in E and F signals? Yes, Naveshri. So you can see the architecture xc and xd. Sorry, you can see the architecture here. So xc and xd we have written with all the frequency components, but after that there is a low pass filter, and through the by after the low pass filter you will only get the low frequency components. So high frequency components should be removed. That is why when I wrote xe and xf from xc and xd, I have just removed the high frequency components. And in the other way, the previous class we identified which are the high frequency components just by doing this simple exercise. I hope that is clear. Moreover, in receiver, what we are trying to do is down conversion. So, but oh, all right. I think Naveshri, maybe you were not there in the previous class. I don't know. Omega im minus omega. Oh, did I write something? I don't know which one you are referring. Pratap, are you referring to? Sorry, Sushan, are you referring to this? These two? Yeah, just a second. Okay, C and D. Yeah, I understood. Maybe um, you guys are telling instead of this you should remove sorry, are you guys telling instead of removing this we should remove this component?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. So Naveshri, last class you were there or you didn't attend class?
I was there, sir. You even derived two equations, sir, two similarities,
Yes.
sorry, comparisons.
Yeah. Yeah. So here I was explaining that. So these two. Okay. So let me. So how many of you have the same question? Can I get some response in the chat box? Because so what I understand is Naveshri, your question is after the equations what I have written xe and xf, I have considered these two frequencies. So you are thinking these are the higher frequency components and this should be eliminated, right? Okay. All have the same doubt. All right, fine. So how many of you understood what I have drawn here with this mixer, this LSI? Okay. So how many of uh, still only Lalit understood? What about others? Okay, let me try to explain this once again. I didn't, I'm not getting whether you guys have the doubt on the same thing or it is something different. We just need to apply negative sign. Sushan, you can unmute.
Sir, for the part which we wrote in x of c, it's omega im minus omega 1 plus omega 2, right? And what we derived is the opposite sign. So when we take a negative, the other part will become greater, right?
Sushan, I'm not clear.
Can you
I
go to
didn't
the
get
next
complete.
slide?
Yeah, here.
Yeah, here for the first one we
Okay.
derived.
Mm.
So when we take a negative sign, so omega im minus omega 1 plus omega 2 will be less than the other part, applying the negative both sides.
What do you mean by applying negative?
Because that's what is there in our frequency part.
Oh, here. Oh, okay, okay,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Got it. Yeah, now, but both are cosine, right? The arguments are within cosine,
So
right?
yeah, we can, if we take a negative sign, it'll change. Okay.
It is cos of minus theta is also cos theta,
Okay.
right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so maybe I think you have doubt because I have written the argument here like this, and there inside the argument it is in the order is slightly different. Is that the issue? All right. Okay. I think if that is the issue, both cos of minus theta is cos theta itself, right? So I don't think that will make a difference there. Um, So if you have any other doubts, please post it here. So if you have doubt in this, what I have done by taking two mixers and looking at the products, I can explain that again. But if you want me to do that, please respond it now because I don't know whether all the people who have has the same doubt or something different. Yeah. So please do
Sir,
let me know. Yes.
sir, could you go to the previous page, sir? One second.
Yes.
Just a small doubt.
Yes. Yeah.
Sir, omega m is less than omega 1, right?
Omega Im is less
It,
than yes. Yes.
so when we wrote xb of t, like we just took it generally and wrote it, or did we consider omega m is less than omega 1 and it is because it is a sine term? It'll affect the
Yeah,
magnitude.
yeah,
I know it won't
yeah.
affect it, but
That is why I think you got a minus sign because of that, right?
no, sir. Like the minus sign will come because of the transformation. If you consider the transformation, if you consider the
Um,
negative, you'll get a plus. So like I had a doubt since the start, but I just assumed that it's just magnitude. It won't affect it. It will just change the amplitude.
all right. So let me check that. So what you're telling is xb of t. I remember I have taken that also into account. Let me just check that. Omega Im. So you meant to say that then this should be plus. This term should be plus.
Yes, sir. I mean, like it doesn't matter, sir, but we got confused because of that, right? Because usually in sign, the argument inside we usually need it to be positive because the sign change affects the amplitude.
Yes, yes,
Uh,
yes, it do. So one second.
because xb of t was x of t into sine omega 1t. That's like
Yes,
cos into sine. So if you split
yes.
that, you'll get negative. That's what I thought.
All right, yeah, that is true. Let me check once. So since we have taken Losser injection for both the mixes, omega 1 minus omega im will be a positive term, and omega im minus omega 1 will be a negative term. Yes, that is right. So will it make difference further?
So, but you just assumed it uniformly everywhere, so it won't make a difference. But I guess that's why few people got confused in the start.
All right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Um, yeah. So what happened here is why I have taken the this form is because that is what we have, right? Because to avoid confusion, only I have directly taken the frequency components on the right and left accordingly. And when I applied that in to the argument of the cosine, then yeah, I did that consider that minus cos of minus theta I have considered as cos theta itself.
Yes,
But
I
what
mean
I'm
that's
checking, yeah, yeah. So what I'm checking now is whether this component is retained here. Yeah, if there is a minus sign, then I need to actually change. If I'm just looking at this possibility, whether I need to do minus or I need to add the components. Because if I need to consider that minus sign, will it affect the rest of the architecture? Is what I'm just looking at.
so. When you discussed Hartley as well, you did it with the same assumption. Like I feel that even there
Mhm.
it's LSI only, no sir. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think we can go with this, but I'm not sure. It's given in the textbook also the same way. I don't know what to say.
Okay, okay. Let me check. I because I have, if I remember, I think in the book they haven't written the complete steps. I think they have directly written some XC or XD.
Yes, so they wrote the final equation.
Yeah, final. So yeah, let me check the other questions which has come up. It's LSI. So omega 1 is less than omega in. Yes, yes, Kashish, it is right. So the only problem is whether I need to consider. I think XC and XD is pretty good because I have it all are coming in terms of cosine and I have removed it. So will this XB transforming to XD?
Sir, just to clarify that
Yes.
LSI, we've considered LSI for the signal, right? But for the image, it is high side induction, correct? Because the image is
Yes,
like,
yes, yes. Correct.
so when we say LSI, it's only for the signal, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So generally when we say LSA or HSI, it is always with respect to signal. But in the case of Hartley receiver, there when we analyze the spectrum at the output, we could differentiate the components because of LSI and HSI. That is why we specifically use that term that for signal it is LSI and for image it is HSI, something like that. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll come back if I am getting any. I'll analyze this once again and I'll come back if there are any issues. But at the same time, if you feel that I have made some mistake here, please do let me know. I'll check that again. All right, so we'll just complete this. Um, yeah, so I think Naveshri, you asked that question, right? So I'll look at that. If and thank you, Lalit, for just telling me that. Yeah, so I'll just complete this graphical analysis now. So graphical analysis is nothing because since we have the equations with us, we can directly, I am just going to directly draw the image and signal at the frequency. So at XE and XF, your signal is not at omega C, signal is at omega C minus omega 1 minus omega 2. Right, so omega c minus omega 1 minus omega 2, and similarly you have the other side omega 1 minus omega 2, and So this is your signal, and at xf, with the equations what I have written now, at xf the signal is again at the same frequency, but it is the amplitude is just opposite like this. This is for the signal. Now if I look at the image, I can see that if I look at image again, yeah, so at the same frequency you will have, yeah, so the images at xe and xf are coming like this with the equations what we have written, and now you have to combine it appropriately by putting a plus and minus sign. All right, so sorry, I think, yeah, E minus F, or what we have written as E minus F, that will result in the IF output signal. Alright, so graphically we can show in this form, and if you are asked, I think you can even draw the complete spectrum starting from the first A output itself. Alright, so now one more important thing we need to understand with respect to Weaver is, yes, Weaver architecture can definitely overcome certain drawbacks what we have seen with Hartley with respect to the RCCR network and the associated issues. But nevertheless, since we have one more mixer here, because we have two sets of mixers, since we have two mixers here, this Weaver architecture will have some problem, and we need to take care of that. And uh, to look at that, yeah. So we can see that in Weaver architecture there are two mixers. So we generally talk about the image frequency whenever we whenever we talk about mixers. There is something called as image frequency, and this Weaver architecture is something which reject, sorry, Hartley and Weaver are some receivers which reject those images. But now in the case of Weaver architecture, since there is a second mixer, we do have something called as secondary image. So let us look at let us understand what is a secondary image and how that can be sorted out in the case of Weaver architecture. So you need to understand something called as secondary images. All right, so I'll explain that by just drawing the spectrum. So I'll mark the input frequency here, which is a desired signal, maybe the RF signal. This is a desired signal. And say for the input signal, it is low side injection, so omega 1 is on this side. So this is your omega 1 is the first LO frequency. So this is the first LO appearing here, and this is the desired signal. Yes. So if you look at the spectrum of input, yes, this is the spectrum of input, and LO will be appearing at omega 1. Now, if I look at the first IF output, so we know that there are two stages of down conversion. So definitely there will be the first IF and second IF. So first IF will be appearing definitely at a lower frequency, and the first IF frequency is omega in minus omega 1, which is which will be somewhere here. This is omega in minus omega 1, and the signal will be actually down converted to this specific frequency. And so this is your first IF output. This is omega in minus omega 1. Now for the second mixer, your second LO will be appearing at a lower frequency here. Say it is at omega 2. Alright, so this is at omega 2, and if I look at the second IF output, that will be still at a lower frequency. So the second IF output will be appearing at which frequency will be a second IF output? It will be appearing at a frequency of omega in minus omega 1 minus omega 2. That will be the second IF output. So what you are seeing now on the screen is the second IF output. All right. Now the second IF is actually appearing at omega in minus omega 1 minus omega 2. Now if I look at the first IF output, so we know that image frequency is basically you can write image frequency in different forms. So it can be written as 2 omega LO minus omega in the at the input of the second mixer. If I write the image frequency, I can write it as the LO frequency is omega 2, so it is 2 omega 2 minus the input frequency is omega in minus omega 1. I hope you are following. So I'm trying to understand what will be the image frequency for a second mixer. So for a second mixer, if you want to know the image frequency, I can definitely say that the image frequency will be at 2 omega LO minus omega in. So omega LO in this case is omega 2, and the input frequency is omega in minus omega 1. So your image frequency will be equal to 2 omega 2 minus omega in plus omega 1. This will be your image frequency, right? And where that image frequency will be somewhere here, and the frequency is 2 omega 2 minus omega in plus omega 1. All right, so now what happens, so this can be called as the first image in this case, because it is appearing at the first IF output. Now if this image frequency, or if any component at this specific frequency, if it is going to the second mixer, this will definitely combine and produce something. So what will happen if this image frequency is definitely, this image frequency will go to the second mixer, and if that is the case, this image will fall to this frequency itself. What is this frequency? This frequency is same as omega in minus omega 1 minus omega 2. All right, so if you want to avoid this, so are you guys getting how this secondary image is working, or what is this secondary image? Can I get some response? Yeah. All right. So if you look at the origin of this, this could definitely this could be some frequency which may appear somewhere between this omega in and omega 1. So now what happens is, the first image or the frequency at 2 omega 2 minus omega and plus omega 1, when it goes to the second mixer, then definitely it will be down converted to the same frequency, and this is what we call it as secondary image, right? Now if secondary image is falling on the signal, then that will also definitely cause distortion to the input signal, right? So Weaver architectures, widely in Weaver architectures, this is avoided, or the secondary image problem is avoided by considering the secondary image problem is avoided by making the second IF equal to 0. So by keeping the second IF equal to 0 in Weaver architecture, secondary image problem is avoided. So second IF should be equal to 0. So what is the meaning of this? If the second IF is equal to 0, we can say that when you say second IF is equal to 0, your omega in minus omega 1 minus omega 2 will be equal to 0, or the meaning is your second LO frequency should be exactly at omega in minus omega 1. If your second Lalit, I didn't get. Oh, you're not able to see what I'm writing? Okay, yeah, sorry. So the second IF should be the local oscillator omega 2 should be at omega in minus omega 1, so that your second IF will be directly falling to the base band, right? So that is what Weaver architecture we should take care. Second IF should be equal to 0, such that the secondary image problem can be resolved. I think I'll stop recording now, because there is some flickering happening to the screen.